Okay. Okay. Welcome to the service. I think 10:10 to 11:11. That's how we're going to do it. 10:10 to 11:11. Daily service, people. Daily podcast service. I'm just channeling in from God. Whatever gives me a flutter in my heart, whatever gives me a flutter in my heart, I'll pass on to you. I'll say, hey, here's a little flutter in my heart. Maybe it'll give you a flutter in your heart. And you get the flutter when you raise the vibration, people. Righteous rips raise the vibration. And that's what you got to remember, and that's what you got to come in for, these righteous rips. Righteous. Come on in, and you're listening to Upbeat Happy Music by New Dawn from the White Bat Audio Library. On the drip, 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 rip and dip. Live on YouTube. Live on YouTube. Welcome to the service, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Let me just make sure it's, you guys can see me okay. Let me know in the comments if you can see it. Okay. That's nice. Yep. Get funky with the music. That's it. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Make sure you feel that music in your heart. It is important to feel it in your heart. Oh wow, that still works. Welcome to the service, everybody. There we are. How's everybody doing today? We're got a very powerful service for y'all. We got a very powerful service. A lot of politics on today's episode. A lot of we're getting political. We're getting political today, and then we also have a talk on Indian marriage propaganda, which I feel is tearing apart the community. It is definitely tearing the community apart. So we're going to talk about that. But yeah, first, maybe we should just get right into these first rippers. Trump v. Desantis. Who is righteous, people? Who is righteous? Who is righteous? First, we will ask the question, who is righteous amongst them? Let's take a look at it, shall we? Powerful karmas here. No. Here? No. Hold on a second. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that is an ad for my Love and Kindness Meditation. Make sure you sign up for my Love and Kindness Meditation at meetup.com/loveoracle. And we're building a congregation out there. I think there's 483 members in the group and 74 bright red stars for God right there. Look at that rating. That's how powerful Babaji's meditations are. Yep. So make sure you check it out. Meditation and mindfulness events. Listen, right now you need it. The culture's brainwashed, people. The culture's getting brainwashed as we speak. It's too much. And also something that'll help you from getting yourself brainwashed is coming to a nice comedy show. Because the comedian is an independent thinker. And someone that thinks for themselves and has a powerful message for the community. You're laughing, ha 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 ha, but inside it is a healing. Just like music. You know, the Sufis say that God is not a person, but the feeling you get, that flutter in your heart. It's the flutter in your heart you get when you hear a good piece of music, when you ha 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 laugh. That is the highest meditation. That is the highest prayers. So make sure you check out the show. We got a powerful lineup. That's Satish, Satsby, DJ Satsby. Satish, he's been running Desi. I don't know why I'm saying Satish so white. Satish. That's how we say in Gujarat. Satish. It's actually a very old school name. Satish Bhai. I should call him Bhai. Satish Bhai. Brother. Your festival is the most powerful festival. This is honestly better than... When I was a kid, my parents would make me go to these ridiculous Patel conventions, and they sucked, man, honestly. And I went to this guy's open mic a couple weeks ago. I was like, this rips. This is great for the community. I did stand up off the top. His daughter did like a improv game. Son was watching TikTok videos in the back room. But I mean, at 8 years old, that TikTok's like crack, okay? He was in the back watching TikToks. That's okay. I think they brought him in for a bit, and then he's like, I want to do my TikTok. So that's fine. It's too young. He's like 7, 8 years old. He's not going to get. But then some singers were amazing. Some of the singers were incredible. There was one guy who did these Sufi songs, and he did like old Fateh Ali Khan type of Sufi stuff. I don't know if you guys are into that, but great, beautiful poetry, beautiful singing. But we're doing the opening night comedy party, and this is the lineup right here. Rajini Nathan, Jesse Singh, incredible comedians on this lineup. Hershan Arora, Harpreet Sembi, myself, and Abdullah Usman. It's going to be 6 of us. Comedy night at the Desi Fest headquarters at Yonge and Lawrence-ish. But just go to that. There's a link to that in the comment section below. And if you just go to that, you'll find all the details. Get your tickets. It's this Wednesday. I think it's sold out. I sent them an email saying like, hey, how's the ticket sales? And usually if the ticket sales are not good, people email right away. They're like, it's not good. Tell your friends. But I messaged these guys like, hey, how's tickets? And they were just kind of like, I didn't really get anything back. So I'm assuming that we're doing great. We're doing great and God is great. But let's go to our first topic, shall we? Shall we? And this is, I think, very important and powerful topic for anyone who is, especially if you're Democrat, because I do find there is this attitude amongst the Democrats that they don't even want to see Trump. They want to pretend that he doesn't exist. And it's like, this is your enemy. You have to face your enemy. He will come. He's gaining speed again. This feels like 2016 all over again, where the Democrats are like, no, don't look at him. And then he just keeps coming back with the rips. So it's like, I'm not saying this because I like him. I'm saying this because if we want to fight back, if we want to protect the community, we have to know thy enemy and see what the hell they're doing and see how they're attacking. So today I'm going to compare this one. This is not even a Trump versus DeSantis. DeSantis, as far as I'm concerned, is destroyed already. This is actually Trump versus Biden. Because the 2024, in American politics, the 2024 election has already begun. It's 2023. It's already begun, people. We are living in the American empire. And this election is a lot to us. I don't know how people watch sports. How are you watching sports? Politics is the real sports. Politics is the real sports. So we're going to talk about that first. But maybe before I get into that, we have seen an uptick of comments. So let me just take a look at it real quick. Who's in the comment section? Who's in the comments? Who's in there? Who's in the comments? Hold on a second. I got to do... Okay. Oh, well, look at that. We got a couple of little comments there. Look at that. McZamzin, Sophia Gibson, Justin Consciousness Gwen. Guess what, everybody?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Each and every one of you. Special little buttercup of God. Looking forward to the weekend. EM says, yeah. Hey, if you're in Toronto, follow my Instagram. I have a couple of comedy shows and I have a couple of parties that I'm doing. And I'll post it on there as soon as when I get off of here. Because I'm just doing some good, like, local shows. And also partying. Yeah, dancing. I think it's important to dance in the community. I think I had it in the opening section. Alex A says, Buttercup's assembled. Well, guess what, Alex?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Isn't that the truth? Justin Consciousness Gwen. Applejack is here.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Applejack is here with that wrench, making sure keeping y'all in line in the goddamn comments. Don't step out of line. Just kidding. Say whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? We're not weird like that. You can say whatever you want. We are righteous here in the community. But let me take that off and let me just show you this church of loving kindness that we are currently building together. I want you to know, if you're in the comment section right now, if you're right there in the comment section, if you are right there below me in the comment section, well, guess what? You are helping to build a beautiful ashram, a church of loving kindness, and it is located on an electron cloud in your heart. And every time you hit the like, every time you subscribe, every time you tell a friend, those rocks are floating. They're floating with source energy. It's your energy keeping it up. And make sure you give generously. Like I said, you're on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity here. We are going to build a congregation that will rival really all the big, as these big media organizations are falling. CNN, MSNBC can't get the ratings. Fox can't get the ratings. And that's why, because they're missing righteousness. They're missing spirituality. Who has a scale of righteousness in the whole community? Who is putting the numbers on it? Only me. I'm the only guru in the game. I'm the only pundit that's certified at Harvard to pontificate and to righteously do these rips. Hey, Chipko, guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't
Yes,
we?
you are. Hey, Moop. Who's Moop? Never heard of you.
We're just a little buttercup, aren't
But you
we?
better not be moping, Moop, because you're a little buttercup.
Wow,
Chipko,
we're just a little
EM,
buttercup, aren't we?
Nachama Gluck is here. Well, my
Wow,
congregation
we're just
is
a little
bitter and
buttercup,
building
aren't
up. Nachama, you're just a little buttercup. Oh my goodness, is that CEB Applejack looking? Not only is he keeping y'all in line,
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
but he's being so righteous with a $2 dono. Thank you so much, I appreciate it. Nachama Gluck says, "Dance is joy. My father once told me that anyone who hides from music is hiding from a part of themselves." Hell yeah, dude. What do you mean you don't want to dance? My sister is so offended that my nephew and niece, they don't want it. They won't do Just Dance. They won't do like dancey stuff. They're just like, nah, I don't want to do it. Like they're in that phase where they think they're too cool for it. It's fine. I think they're going to grow out of it. I'm actually trying not to push them too much because I don't want them to create some kind of aversion to dancing. So anyway, look at that. There's so much vibration that the tree roots are rising up and taking the mountain because they're so full of love. Those rocks are floating in a circle like this congregation floating together. And that is our Church of Loving Kindness. I actually messaged our designer who is in the Ukraine. And, he's quite offended by some of the things that we say here about the Ukraine war. And I don't know what to, I feel bad for the guy because he's there, he's in the shit. You know what I'm saying? He's suffering directly from this Ukraine war, but he's very supportive of it. And very obviously, pro-America, pro-Ukraine, whatever it is. And, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I feel bad. I feel bad, but in my heart, I have to say what's in my heart. And what's in my heart is that fighting is not righteous. I'm sorry, brother. Fighting is not righteous. It requires fear, guilt, shame, anger. I mean, just look at the numbers, people. It's not, my hands are tied here. I can't say anything. War? I don't understand. It feels like the whole world's going crazy right now. They're just so pro-war. And if you say anything to criticize, it's like, oh, that's Putin propaganda. You're with Putin. Stuff like that. And I'm just like, guys, we're getting caught up in this and we're fighting. So anyway, I feel bad, but he is an incredible designer. He designed this entire ashram, and you can't see it here, but if you look closely, actually, maybe I can find the spot. Maybe I can find a spot where it shows you. No, you can't see it there. You can't see it there. But honestly, if you look from underneath, like we thought we were getting just the above ground ashram. But in some of the other pictures, you'll see that below ground, there's equal that much ashram. So there is enough room for a large congregation that we want to build here today. We want to make sure we're building a large and loving kind of congregation. Chipko says, loving kindness is the answer. I'm trying to live it more in my life. We got to live it in our lives. It's like we as individuals are a mind-body system. Billions of life forms are in us. And when we are fighting and angry, whether it's on a personal level or it's on a national level, you're really, this is where the righteousness goes. I'll say it 100 times. I've said it before, I said it 100 times. You got 1,000 kilojoules of love coming in. Any bitterness, any negativity that you're carrying in your heart, it's a little love blocker. It's a little love blocker. That's it. That's all I'm saying. Nobody loved Trump. Nobody loved Trump. Nobody loved Putin. But you can't have this bitterness in your heart. Then you're putting up little love blockers. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to watch Marco's last stream, and I'm going to figure out how he's doing it. And then tomorrow, and I think we're going to rip right through the weekend, people. Send me topics. If there's any topics you guys want me to do, send them to me. We might have to rip right through the weekend, especially if I have a ripper of a night tonight. Holy shit. There's actually so many topics. So let's get into our first one. Unsubscribable says drip, drip, drip. Well, guess what? Drip, drip, drip.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
You are unsubscribable in God's eyes. And if I missed anyone, did I miss anyone? Did I get Mixemza? Mixemza says, Babaji, please provide a way to tithe without giving 30% to YouTube. I don't want to give my money to YouTube. You're right. And we're going to find a way. This machine is being built, as we speak, and we're going to find a way to build it righteously so that we can fund it, but it's not, taking too much out of you, but you are getting the vibration raising content every single God willing day. And that's my commitment to you. And I mean, when I say every day, I was going to put a star and say like weekdays. Let's be reasonable. But you know what? I think I did Monday to Friday this week, and now we're about to hit Saturday, and I feel good. I feel like I could just do another rip tomorrow. So let's see how it goes. Let's start our first thing. So just a quick setup on this. First topic number one, 1025, topic number one. Desantis put out his own, an official campaign launch. And it was in partnership with Elon Musk. Now, that's another person that's going through a bit of a fall from grace. And we all can see that live and in person, that Elon Musk is going through a fall from grace. So let's just watch this. How to be an American. Oh, my God. Trump did not waste any time ridiculing DeSantis' campaign launch.
We are kind of melting the servers.
Trump shared several hit videos on his platform seeking to embarrass and discredit his opponent.
To freedom and is willing to put his money where his mouth is. Upset the narrative control imposed on us by our government.
It's an audio event on Elon Musk's Twitter page, and the numbers aren't there. The numbers just aren't there for him.
Have Governor DeSantis make this. We're just trying to get it going.
That's a big insult right there. That's a Elon Musk rocket, and it says Ron. And the way that he wrote Ron is apparently exactly how Jeb Bush did his, and he defeated his old opponent, Jeb Bush. He defeated him. He destroyed him. And he wrote this Ron exactly the same as that. So we're talking about layers of insults here, people. And fighting is wrong. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like what Trump is doing is okay. We're just watching it so that when 2024, when the election comes, because remember what happened in 2016, man? I remember I was in a class, and the teacher of the class, this is 2 days after the election. The teacher of the class was like, hey, everyone, so some really bad news happened, and if anyone wants to talk about it, that's okay. My wife and I stayed up pretty late. We cried. We were upset. And if you guys want to talk about it, we can talk about it. And it's like, I don't disagree, that he's bad. But if we live in reality and we face directly what he is, what threat he is, and how we can fight back and how we can attack him, maybe we can avoid, right? If, God forbid, maybe we can avoid him winning, and maybe we can avoid the shock, because that shock in 2016 was ridiculous. And it just, the vibe, same vibe going in. And we're going to show some proof of that in a second, but let's continue.
The Washington established politicians like to talk about how they can be just like Donald Trump. The truth? There's only one Donald Trump.
Oh my God.
Only one who gave us the largest tax cuts in history, who gave vets the health care they deserve.
Wow, so he's doing, see, this is double-pronged attack that the Democrats need to start working on. One half of it is on top of the jokes and the memes. Because here's the problem, right? Is that people vote, you want people to vote because you're like, this is right, and you have to vote because of this, but the facts and the logic, whatever. But people vote and they buy things and they become friends with people and they have sex with people. Why? Because a little flutter in their heart. Who does someone have sex with? Only someone. You can only have sex with someone if God puts a little flutter in your heart. If you're a girl, you know what I'm saying? Guys kind of get that flutter easily in sex, maybe. But think of other things, buying stuff. You're only going to buy it. It's only going to hit if it gives you a little flutter in the heart. And so the meme stuff, that's flutter in the heart. And then backing it up, it's like heart, mind, back and forth. Both areas are attacked here.
And stood up to China and protected your job. Only one who kept us out of endless wars while destroying our terrorist enemies. Only one who fundamentally changed the Supreme Court. Was called the most pro-life president in history.
Boo, that sucks, dude. But the Democrats were in charge. I thought the Democrats were in charge when this happened. He didn't even do this. That's the fucked up thing, dude. He didn't even do this. Oh, but he put the Supreme Court justices in place, maybe. But the Democrats are still useless. Like, they didn't even stop it. It happened during their term. And the fact that they're winning elections based on this, it's like, you didn't stop it when you were in. So is you being here going to make a difference? I don't know. Let's continue.
And relentlessly protected our Second Amendment rights. And
Ooh, that sucks.
our borders. Why?
You guys got to stop with the guns. What's the guns? This building the wall, low vibration. Look, I will say it. It's not righteous. The wall is not righteous.
Would we ever settle
Stop this
for
wall.
Trump imposters?
Make America great again.
When there's only
They had footage of him doing that? This is gold, man. You gotta get, like, this guy. This is how you make the hitters, dude. This is how you destroy the enemy.
imposters.
Make America great again.
When there's only one, starting day one, who can make America great again.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
God damn. That's the ads that I got. So we're getting, you're getting a double-pronged attack here. You're getting the meme attack, and then you're getting the other side. And it's interesting how the people on his side, it's like, I do feel like, I'm not someone who picks sides. I feel like he's a psycho. Democrats are psychos. I don't like this idea of picking sides. To me, it's ridiculous. Like, what delusion are you in that you actually think one of these scumbag politicians is better than the other? That's so delusional to me. But it's interesting how people do pick sides, and then when they pick the side, they get the orders from the top. So I do find with the Republicans or like Trump supporters, they kind of have this attitude of like the jokes. It's like a silly conversation, and then you kind of get this attitude of like, he did do all this other stuff. I'm sure there's psychotic asshole Trump supporters out there. I don't know. I mean, the ones that I know, they're kind of more like this, where it's like joking, and then it's like, well, he did this, that, whatever. That's one vibe, right? Now ask yourself, and I'm not supporting it. I'm just saying, like, people vote on vibe. That's the feeling that these guys are cultivating in the culture, in the community. Now look at this kid. Right, this is to me a typical example of like a pro Biden guy, and he just looks like a little psycho, doesn't he? But let me just play like the latest video. Here it is. If you can, I mean, he's just
said it's incredibly. We just got some terrible legal news for Donald Trump. Trump's own lawyers are now telling him to get ready to be indicted again. Trump's legal advisors and lawyers have come to him in recent weeks and said it's incredibly likely that he's going to be indicted in the classified document investigation into him, and that they'd be surprised if he wasn't indicted. And look, folks, I'm confident that Donald Trump is screwed here. The Department of Justice has so much evidence on him, from lawyers' notes to witness testimony to literal camera footage of the alleged crimes taking place. An indictment for Donald Trump may be coming soon. It's accountability season, and Donald Trump is priority number one. We just got some...
So, it's a lot. I mean, it's the yelling, the talking down to you. You know what I mean? It's a lot. Like, I mean, this... Maybe if someone's 20 years old, they could look up to this guy, or a 15-year-old could look up to this guy. But anyone who's older than him, like, tell me if you get this feel, what kind of a feeling you get in your heart. Because, and also, this is kind of the vibe of the Democrats right now. It's crazy how all the birds fly in the flock. It's almost like the message comes down from the top to be like a cycle like this. And I find Democrats are like this. Even when they're older. Like, I know some guys that if you even just talk about Trump, they're just like, oh God, what are you, Trump supporter? Come on, man, what are you doing? Be on the right team. Come on, like they can't. It's like kind of preachy. It's kind of it seems brainwashed. You know what I mean? It actually pushes people away because you can't make someone vote for someone. Like, you can't, like, making someone vote for your guy is like making someone be your friend. I can't be your friend until I have a flutter in the heart. And right now, I don't feel a flutter in my heart for these Democrats. I feel like they're kind of, it's polarizing and it's actually pushing me away. That's the feeling that I get. Tell me what you guys think, though. I do want to hear from you guys. Sorry. Here we go. The Republicans are screwed for 2024. Their options are laughable. You have Trump, the twice impeached, once indicted, sexual abuser, fraud, liar, and disgraced former president who's under multiple criminal and civil investigations. You know, the other issue with this is that I think like 3/4 of that list might be true for Biden and really every establishment Democrat, because they are such a bunch of scumbags that the sexual abuse stuff is there, right? Even with Hillary Clinton, like she was kind of covering for Bill Clinton. The impeachment, I mean, I feel like the Biden impeachment is coming, right? Like, I do think it's very low vibration of them to just keep doing these stupid impeachments, but very low vibration, but because they're just fighting with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just fighting. The entire party is just fighting with the other side. But impeachments are a low vibration. They are very much like, we are just going to make something up to get this guy. I think it was made up when they did it to Bill Clinton, and I think it was made up when they did it to, didn't Obama get impeached too? And then Trump, like, they just all seem like these fake political hits that one team is doing to the other team to waste their time. So Biden, yeah, I don't know. And Trump was twice impeached? That's insane, man. What a waste of time. And neither of them got him. Like, sure, they got some of his friends. And this is another weird thing when I talk to Democrats is like, I'm like, these political hit things that you're doing, right? Like, that not you are doing, but these political kind of like fighting things that you do, you know, like, okay, it's nice, I guess, you know, you're fighting, but like, are you going to do stuff too? Like, you know, your entire campaign can't just be, you know, I just fight with the other guy. Like, you're going to do something, right? But 2 impeachments, that's the whole point of the impeachment. It's like, just tie them up, waste their time. They've been doing it since Clinton, you know, and the Republicans started it, and they're wrong for doing it. And this is what I mean when I say it's not righteous, people, this fighting. I don't want to be on either of these ridiculous teams. But let's go to the comments. Let me see what you guys think. Am I crazy? Am I crazy, y'all? McZemzem's clapping. So unsettling. That makes me want to vote for Trump. Osneal too, right? Hey, Osneal, were you the one yesterday? I feel bad because sometimes in the middle of the night I wake up and I think about my congregation. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I say,
Well, we're just a little buttercup.
oh, what about my little buttercups? And I remember last night I woke up in a cold sweat thinking about you, my congregation. And I was thinking, like, someone yesterday just put, I am a virgin. And I don't remember who it was, but I just want to let you know that, like, hey, man, we're here for you. The community's here for you. So was it you, Osneal? It's okay if it was. I don't want to call anyone out, but someone just put, I'm a virgin. And, you know, to me, that's like a cry for help that I ignored at the time. And I just want to say sorry for that. You know, you're my buttercups. I love you. Justice is consciousness, Gwyn. Exactly. We need a total political reset, in my opinion. Sophia Gibson. It's true, man. I mean, what is there? Their horns are so locked up in this fight. And again, you know, according to the scale of righteousness, I mean, like, when you're living down here in fear, you can just see how much less energy you get. You're not getting the full source energy coming in to your decisions, to your day-to-day life, to your, like, interactions with people. And you can see it in people. When they've picked a team, you bring up certain things and they're just kind of like, oh, God. You know, I mean, we're talking to this guy. I swear to God, it's just 3 dudes. It's just 3 dudes. It's you know, 4 dudes. It's 4 dudes, you know, and we're just talking about what a scumbag Trump is. We're not even saying we like him. We're just talking about, like, what a piece of shit. It's just some scumbag thing he did, and we're laughing about it. And 3 of us are laughing, and the 4th one is like, oh, God. Oh, here they go again. Oh, my God. You know, Trump did a Muslim ban. He's a real bad guy. It's like, dude, we're just talking. What kind of society do you want to live in? Do you want to live in a society where before I have a conversation with you, I have to say, now, I'm no fan of Trump. He's a real bad guy. But he did something silly yesterday, and It gave me a tickle, and I thought I'd pass it on, but, never mind. I shouldn't have brought him up. He's a big jerk. Is that the society you want to live in? Because that's what it is. When you have these kids just screaming at everyone, it's like you can't, you're not having... This is his buddy, Chris Mowry. Of course, he retweeted it.
My shit. Last night, you are absolutely gorgeous. Can we have a conversation? The right-wing conspiracy theories are out of hand. I'm losing my shit. Last night, a U-Haul slams into a security barrier outside the White House, essentially trying to gain access. The guy is arrested, the U-Haul is searched, and there's a Nazi flag inside. Now, the right is claiming that this is a conspiracy theory set up by the FBI, just like January 6th, I guess, to make the right look bad and the left look good or something. Number one, there's no evidence for that. So apparently 42-year-old Johnny Appleseed on Twitter can sniff out a false flag operation by the U.S. government, but no one else can. Yeah, the MAGA conspiracy lanes come off a little arrogant sometimes. But the other problem is I don't think people realize how much irreparable damage they're doing by claiming things like this. Let's discredit our entire election process, all our federal agencies, and anything the government says or does, and essentially just rip apart something that's fundamental to American society. Let's just see how that goes. The answer is you're going to rip America apart from the inside. So let's back up and vote for common sense in 2024.
You're ripping America apart. I mean, it is a silly conspiracy theory that the Democrats just did that van attack on purpose. That is silly. I do agree with him. But I don't think it's Republicans that made that up. I feel like Democrats, because some people are so left-wing, because the guy was Hindu, we covered this yesterday, but because the guy was Hindu, I think it's more like Democrat, like liberals that are like, oh yeah, Hindu, Nazi. Yeah, sure, good one, guys. Made up. Oh God, I don't even want to turn on the volume. It's so, it is annoying. How dangerous the right rhetoric can be. I don't know, man. Saying that their rhetoric is dangerous, I honestly think that that's dangerous. I think you're doing everything, but this is what happens when you're in a fight. This is what happens with all fighting, because you're polarized and you're constantly projecting yourself onto the other. So it does feel a little bit like they're projecting this, like, they're sowing division and negativity and hatred, and if you guys are, and they're like, I think you're doing it. You know what I mean? But anyway. That's enough of that. I got a real silly one coming up next. Osneil2 says, no, it wasn't me. Hey, whoever it was that said that they were a virgin yesterday, we can have a discussion on that. I'm so sorry to pass over you like that yesterday. We will have a discussion. But first, I did want to talk about marriage propaganda. I think it's tearing the Indian community apart. I think it's bad for the culture. And I found some clips of marriage propaganda that really, once you see these clips, you're going to be like, yeah, no wonder these Indian moms are freaking out. They're psychos. Rewind Cat.
We're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Rewind Cat says, to be honest, ripping up the system could be helpful, but a slow, careful rip without turning over cars, etc. Rewind Cat, well, you're just a little buttercup. That's very funny. That's very funny. That's very silly. This is a track called Finest Like by Noor A. Blanc V from the YouTube Creative Library. The YouTube Creators Library, right here on the Drip live stream on YouTube. Daily Rips, 10:10. Daily Rips in the morning, 10:10. 10:10 to 11:11. You know what? When I was a kid, my mom would listen to this right-wing, like, conspiracy guy on CFRB 1010. And we'd be watching the show, and the guy would be like, So these Muslims are getting married to 5 women at a time, having as many kids as they can. But if one of our white boys asks a girl on a date, he's canceled now. He's being offensive. What's going on in the culture? Give me a call, CFRB 1010. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. What the hell's going on here, people? We got a caller on the line. Caller. So the Muslims, and then he would say it over, that would be his setup. That's how he did his call-in. I mean, I guess that's how you have to do radio. Even as a child, I was learning radio. Even as a child, I was like, yeah, this guy says it. I was like 10 years old. You know what I mean? And while they thought they were propagandizing me, actually, I was just thinking about the radio tips that, like, this guy opens with a hard rip, like the Muslims are getting married to 5 women at a time, and of course he goes 5. It's 4, dummy. even if you're allowed, even if you can hack it. It's 4, but this guy goes, so the Muslims are marrying 5 women at a time. They're having as many kids as they can. But if one of our white boys, one of our good Christian boys asks a girl on a date, he's canceled. He has to be gay now. Give me a call. Call into the radio, CFRB 1010. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it with the culture. This has been a lifelong dream, people, and you're helping me make it come true. So thanks for coming. You are loved. And you're listening to the drip, 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 rip and dip right here on YouTube. Powered by OBS. We're fully on OBS now. What a ripper that this is. I love it. I think I'm just going to go back and forth between the 2 screens. That's it. Let's go to our second topic, though. It's enough of this Trump Desantis, this bitterness, this negativity. I already did that one. I didn't put the title on, but I didn't do this one. We are not a slave, brother. No, let's do this one first. Indian marriage propaganda. Let's clean the palate with something silly. Let's clean the palate with something silly. And this is actually a perfect time to be doing these Indian marriage propaganda videos because, as I mentioned before, I got a show May 31st at Desi Fest. Desi basically means brown. South Asian subcontinent brown. So it's Desi Fest. We got a show. All hitters. Going to be a great. I've got an incredible lineup for the community there, and you know it's going to be a great time. So make sure you check that out. And this next topic is brought to you by Desi Fest Comedy opening night, May 31st. Get your tickets at this website. There's a link in the comments section below, and we got an incredible lineup. All the brown jokes you could ever want. And let's go into our first brown topic of the day, shall we? I think I'm going to do a brown topic every day. Either India, Pakistan, or you got to do it for the community. Because this is a global culture, you know, and I feel like here in the West, we forget. We forget about Africa, we forget about India, China. We're going to be doing more topics, make sure we're bringing the community together. And this is a big issue that I've found in the Indian community, is marriage propaganda. So let's take a look at this. Okay, hits her head. Cut to him. She's inside the suitcase. I would have done... And of course she's in the water. And she's sinking in the water. Maybe he got her. And I'll tell you what the story is. I can already tell you exactly what the storyline is. I can just freestyle. I know this Indian marriage propaganda. Here's what happened. Her grandmother said, oh, my silly daughter, she's not married and she's unorganized and she doesn't know where her suitcase is. If you had a husband, he'd tell you where the suitcase is. And that's the kind of dumb shit you hear from Indian moms nonstop, 24/7. They can't help it. They're propagandized too, and then it comes out of them. And they'll just make up these little anything. Anytime I do the dishes or I cook something, they're like, if you're married, then you don't have to do it. Stupid, not married. Oh my God. Every time. You know, like last year, these carpet cleaners came to carpet clean the house, and there's 3 25-year-old dudes, and my mom, she just goes, hey, you know, my son, he not married. Can you believe it? And the 3 of them were like, okay. And they were like, hey, how old are you, man? And I was like, I'm 40. They were like, really? You look really young. And then, take your time, dude. You look great. Backfired on my mother. This is another one that I wanted to show you, actually. But that's guaranteed what the storyline was on that. Some grandma told her, like, you're always doing things last second. You're not organized. You know, if you had a husband, he'd tell you where to put the suitcase. He'd tell you where to get ready. He'd tell you you'd be ready by now. You're always running late, always fussing with the makeup because you're single and you're looking for guys still. Boof. Head block. Boom. Into the suitcase. I would have just done one shot. The only shot that this is missing, actually, is the shot of the guy who's carrying the suitcase. Because next shot, they cut to him. Next shot, boom, carrying the suitcase. Boom, boom, boom. She's inside the suitcase. I would have just done one where the guy carrying the suitcase is like, no time, gotta rush. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Just get that. Zzz, zzz, zzz. But you don't need it. It's clear. I mean, she's inside the suitcase. And now she's going to drown. She's going to drown because this guy wanted to marry her, and she said, I don't know if I'm ready. And now she's dead. I swear to God, that's the storyline. This next one, though, I find even more offensive, actually, to women. I gotta dislike it. She's cleaning a laptop, if you don't know. Oh my God. She's cleaning the laptop. And her... What? This is dramatic though, because when you're because some of us, like, we love our like, I'm doing this whole show through a laptop and one Canon over here, but it's a laptop is doing all the heavy work here. And, you know, it just stresses me out to see someone scrub down a laptop like this, you know, so it's already, they got me with that. Oh my God. No. No. Oh, here we go. Cleaning the hard drive, huh? Gotta clean it up. No, don't say she's hanging. Is she hanging on a laundry line? This music's great. You know why I find that very offensive? And let's watch this one on the next episode, shall we? But what I find very offensive about this cleaning the laptop is that I know Indian women who will clean their sink 3 times a day. And it's like, listen. It's like, listen, my queen. I just want to grab sometimes the Indian women by the shoulders and say, you are more than this. You don't need to clean the sink 3 times a day. You don't need to just look for things to clean. That's what this clip is crying out. It really shows the level of brainwash, man, because some Indian women, and it's really the last generation. I think my generation of girls is the last generation that's like this. Now we're all white. But like my mom's age, they just clean. Okay, what's clean? This one, clean it. Oh my God, I have to clean. I just want to grab myself and say, hey, you're more than a clean cleaner. It's already clean. They'll scrub the sink 3 times. There's nobody else in the house. It's just you in the house. They can't forget about letting the dishes sit, do dishes once at the end of the day. That even seems like common sense. But a lot of these, or just rinse them, leave them, clean it, dishwash at the end of the day. Can't do it with a lot of brown girls. You can't do it. They'll just clean it. And here's the thing, I do it. So it's in me. I got to do dishes, man. I can't leave one dish. Nope. And every girl I date, every white girl is like, wow, you did the dishes. Thank you. And then every brown girl I date is like, no, let me do the dishes. No, I got it. And they feel bad. But now, not anymore, though. This new generation, we're all white now. I don't think there's any younger brown people that are like obsessively cleaning the dishes, cleaning the laptop. But that's enough of that. Let me talk to my congregation. Break time. Jack says, clean. Guess what, Jackknife? Guess what, Jackknife?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
The whole lot of you. The whole goddamn lot of you. Tony S., guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Hype Factory, is that you, Hype Factory?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
That's right. Okay, we're going to go back to politics now. And this might be the last topic of the day because we got to get hard out at 11:11, people. We are out at 11:11, and we'll come back tomorrow for the rips. I did want to show you this, though. This is, I think, a very powerful karma that we're going to do here today. This is a nice rip. I actually found this on Jimmy Dore's show, but this is true to India, too. This is happening to Indian people, and this is happening to African people, and I feel like, brother, we're not a slave, brother. We're not a slave, brother. Sorry, am I yelling too loud? Tell me if I'm peaking the mic over there when I say that. South Africa ANC Gen Secretary exposes BBC hypocrisy, says we'll welcome Putin as no head of state can just be arrested anywhere. All you need to know. This is a great clip. Let's watch the clip.
If it was according to the ANC, we will want President Putin even tomorrow.
You would
to come to our country. But
you would welcome Vladimir Putin here right now.
Of course, we will welcome
a man who is being investigated for war crimes by the International
Criminal Court. We will welcome him to come here as part and parcel of BRICS, but we know that we are constrained by the ICC in terms of doing that. Putin is a head of state. Do you think that a head of state can just be arrested anywhere? How many crimes have your country committed in Iraq? How many crimes have everyone else who saw for?
Woo! How many crimes? We're not a slave, brother. We're not a slave under your colonial dictatorship, brother. We're a free people. We're a free people, brother. Enough of this. It's true, though. It's true. Where no arrest for Iraq, and now you want everyone to get this hypocrisy, man. It's so gross. And look at this dumbass. He has a show called BBC Hard Talk. This is people are brainwashed. These pro-Iraq, like he has nothing to say about Iraq here. It's pathetic.
Local today committed in Iraq and Afghanistan. Have you arrested them?
You know the impact that this stand of yours...
You're making a lot of noise about putting in state of working for peace between Ukraine and Russia, and you failed to resolve the war. Where are the weapons of mass destruction? Tony Blair went to Iraq and claimed that their weapons of mass...
Look at this idiot. He in his head, he thinks like, okay, and you're going to compare him to my guy? When we do it, it's okay. Okay? Like, he's so cocky.
Destruction. Did you see anybody standing against that in the United Kingdom and Britain? More than millions of people have died in Iraq and Afghanistan, and there are no weapons of mass destruction. We know what the war is about.
Mr. Secretary.
Look at this jackass, dude. It's like, talk about it, man. He's just like, yeah, Iraq, yeah. And here's the crazy thing. I know people like this that are not getting paid by the media. Like idiots on the ground, they believe this now. A lot of people have now come around and now they're like, well, he was a terrorist about Saddam Hussein. It's like we were all settled on Iraq was a waste of time. And now these dumbasses are trying to rewrite history.
General.
Between Russia and Ukraine, we want peace. That's what is important, so that the world can thrive. And organs and institutions of the world that institute world peace must not be conspicuous by their silence in deciding decisively.
What a piece of shit this guy is. He has no sense of regret, no sense of equality between what he's doing and the other people are doing. Where is your equality? Where is your humanity to say, yeah, we did exactly like these people are so deep, but this is the problem. This is what happens when you fight, is that your brain is gone. Because if you look at the scale of righteousness, it is all here. It is all here. I need more scales, though. I do need to get another scale here. When you're too low on vibration, you're not getting the information in. Inside of his brain, in real time, there is blocking going on. Why are you talking about Iraq? I am talking about Putin. Don't talk about Iraq right now. Crazy. And that's what happens when you're living in fear, when you're living in anger, fear. And it all comes from guilt and shame, I think. But it's all unconscious down there. Nobody knows exactly how all those emotions are connected, how all those emotions connect and become fighting each other. It's hard to see the direct link because it's so, there's just not, you can't see much down there. Because you're not really seeing the world. Because what you're getting, what happens when you're angry, guilty, shameful, your mind, you can only feel that if your mind is blocking out the information. It has little love blockers in your mind, little love blockers, making you forget that we are all one and we are meant to love each other, not fight each other, brother. Please, enough of this. Only deep when you're at the bottom can you feel like that. So it is hard to do, but we actually have to have compassion and for these fucking losers. Can you believe it? That's the system. That's the most righteous thing to do. It's just hard to do because it's like, what a piece of shit. You can't even admit that the Iraq war, you can't even just stop and be like, yeah, okay, yeah. No, fair enough. And that's not even the only clip I got on that. I got another one. Africa will save us. Africa will save us, huh? Africa will save us. Where is my other clip? I had another clip. There is, Indian. Let's go to let me just go to this section. And talks amongst each other in the congregation. Rewind, cat. When you're too low on vibration, you don't get the information. This is actually science. The amygdala is hyperactive when someone is depressed. That's 100%. Rewind, cat. You see that? You see how the congregation is... So Sophia Gibson says, I think the only real option is for the Russian people to hold him accountable, but that's a whole other issue in and of itself. Yeah, and even, listen, I don't like this attitude, and this is something that I think Kamala Harris said really well recently. Everyone's roasting Kamala Harris on this clip, but I actually think it's a righteous clip, that thing that she said. Let me find that. Kamala Harris, gibberish? That's what everyone's calling it, but it's not. This is from Forbes. These people have no respect, Forbes. How dare you? You know who's going to have it? Sky News Australia.
A world in which...
Let's watch a Sky News Australia clip on this. Tony S., what's up? Bollywood was big in the USSR. Well, obviously, India and Russia have, a great relationship, and everyone's pissed about that. But it's like, what do you want them to do, man? They're not, in India, these people are getting mad at India for buying oil from Russia, but it's not... India's not in a spot like we're in where we're rich enough, and when we make decisions to save money, we just want more convenience. In India, when they save money, people's lives are saved. How can you say to the Indian government you're not allowed to buy cheaper oil? It's unethical, honestly. Especially when America buys more oil from Russia anyway. Even currently, they actually end up buying more of it. So it's like they're just using India as some kind of scapegoat. But at the end of the day, it's meaningless. Let me just see. I think this has it.
Substantial affiliated melodramatic dancing scenario citations and dubious deceivable mescal beans unimpaired by compunction excogitate at any impasse. Now, those last 18 words I literally just picked at random from my beloved Roger's thesaurus, but even plucking words out of thin air makes more sense than anything the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, says on any topic whatsoever.
Too much. Brainwashed.
We know that we really are quite behind in terms of maximizing our collective understanding about how we will engage on the technology of today and what we can quickly and easily predict will be the technology over the next decades. So to maintain...
Okay, no, that's not the one. Is it word salad? No, Harris. No, coconut.
Now, we've still got a lot of fun to come, including an Only in America You Can't Miss. But before we go to the break, let's enjoy the childhood reminiscences of one Kamala Harris. Here, the Vice President gives us a little insight into her childhood. Insight which could explain so very much about what has happened in the years and decades since, and even her thought processes today.
Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
That's actually true. That's actually a message of non-duality. Everyone's roasting her. Yeah, of course you don't get it, idiot. That is a message of love and non-duality, what she's saying. That's actually not bad. Probably when her mom says it, it's like deep and profound and everyone likes it. Maybe she's just so unlikable that she can't. I don't know. She's got a point. This is a community, people. We need to stay together. We can't be fighting. We can't be given into partisanism, partisan politics. We can't be given into marriage propaganda. We cannot let ourselves be propagandized to. We have to stand up against, because the powers that be, they want us fighting. They want us fighting. They want us attacking each other. Let's see, African leaders, Iraq. Let's see this one. This one's good. There's like a good compilation. You know what? Next time we're gonna do a compilation of people from Africa, like African leaders, telling off Brits and Americans about having these morality discussions, and the leaders from Africa saying, "Oh, don't have a discussion on morality with me. You are not in a position to have a discussion on morality with me, sir. Please." But that's it. That's our rips for the day, people. And if you came in here, let me play our theme song. This is Upbeat Happy Synthwave by New Dawn. And, we're all here at the Digital Ashram. That's it right there. You guys are here on the ground floor of a very exciting spiritual opportunity. We are building a church of loving kindness. A church that will raise the vibration and bring the community together. In these times of Kali Yuga, we need it, people. We need it. And you guys are here supporting this ashram. So make sure you tell your friends. Go tell your friends. My Babaji is the best Babaji. He's bringing the whole community together. Tell your friends. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and support this ashram. Let's build it together. Tony S., thanks for coming. Guess what?
Wow, we're just a little buttercup.
That's right. Rewind Cat, lol Tony.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
Ukraine and Russia need to sort it like the end of a Bollywood film with a couple of slippers around the head. Yeah. Couple of slippers around the head. Don't forget the dance, Tony. Don't forget the dance. And Bollywood is good for that. Rewind Cat says, lol Tony. Rewind Cat, when you're too low on vibration, you don't get the information. This is actually science. Yeah, it's true. It's true. The amygdala is hyperactive when someone is depressed or angry or filled with negativity. Tony, yes, I don't get it. The Brits won't care if Tony Blair was arrested. We protested in the streets against the Iraq war. That's true. He's got a point. Arresting Putin would probably just escalate things. I mean, you can't. What delusional world are you living in? Like, they just think like, no, you have to think exactly what I think. If you think anything different, you want to arrest him? I couldn't believe that Trump at that town hall just said, I would end the war. And these Democrats spun that as like, so he's on Putin's side. He loves Putin. It really is a brainwash attitude. I think the only real option is for, I think I read that from Sophia Gibson. Thanks for coming, Sophia. Jackknife, Rewind Cat. Well, let me just say it one time for the whole community.
Wow, we're just a little buttercup, aren't we?
And I'm going to aim for tomorrow, 10:10 to 11:11 every day. Let's rip it. 10:10 to 11:11. And go to Instagram.com/Fade to Brown. Check out my clips over there. I think I'm going to be able to cut some clips from today's episode. I think there's 2 or 3 rippers in here that we can upload it. And make sure you check out my comedy night. May 31st is on Wednesday. It's going to be a fantastic little show there for y'all in the community. And you are loved. That's the most important thing to remember. You are loved. Thank you. Thank you for coming. And let's all get ready for a supercharge of source energy about to come in right at 11:11. It's about to come in right here at 11:11. Come on. Come on. Jackknife says, I'm raising my vibrations today big time. Well, guess what, pal? It's 11:11. Put that in your pipes and smoke it to the congregation. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.